Hello and welcome to Don't Kill My Character presents Shipwrecks. My name is Kate, also known as Kate the Great Cosplays, and I'm not your captain for this ship because that is Sean's character. And I'm also seeing that I put Sean and Taylor in opposite places, so I'm gonna switch those. I'm your sea master. Yes, I am your sea master for the evening because we're not in any dungeons. Shipmaster, sea master. And I'm going to live switch these two around um while they talk. So let's have Mika go first. Mika, why don't you give us name, character, little info, and we'll do like where to find you guys and your other projects outside of this at the end. So tell us about Mika, tell us about the character you're playing, and tell us um what your favorite sea creature is.
Oh man, hi, I'm Mika. I do things. Uh, Pronouns are he, him. Today I'm playing Lemon Mercy Jr., who is a puppet rogue sorcerer. Brah! Pronouns are he, they, and my favorite sea creature is the goblin shark because they're such freaky little patooties.
I love it. All right. Taylor, why don't you give us a little hello?
Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm playing Misty. I almost forgot my own character's name. Your lovable lizard folk girl. She, her pronouns.
And yeah, favorite sea creature?
Favorite sea creature? Starfish.
Incredible. All right, Andy.
I'm Andy. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Sunshine, who's a goblin warlock with a pact with a pirate ghost in her sword named Wavy Jones. My favorite sea creature is this is cheating and also a hot take. It's the Loch Ness Monster because it's fictional and therefore
Ooh.
it can't hurt me.
Wow, that's quite a take. All right, and Sean.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean, he, him, and today I'll be playing Asper Rhyme, also he, him. And I think my favorite, well, I got like my favorite is just a great white shark, super basic. But my favorite one to just like really learn about is the blue ringed octopus because it's just a little golf ball sized murder machine, and I love it. And it's got pretty blue. It says, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you and show you this beautiful blue color." So watch out for them
That's
octopi; they'll come for you.
that's fascinating, and I do want to know more about that. I didn't answer my favorite sea creature. My favorite I don't have an answer to this question. Um, I like any of the like bioluminescent fish or like the fish that make their own light, like those little lamp head fish that are kind of creepy looking, but also like they're their own light source, and that's just very neat to me. Little built-in nightlight fish, which is also funny because like nightlight is scary things in the dark, and that nightlight fish would absolutely be the scary thing in the dark. But anyway, this is Shipwrecks, and here we are, fun above water on boat, silly crew vibes. So let's talk about what some of those vibes have been. Last episode, episode 1, we met our fabulous crew of the Trident, which has been renamed the Bad Attitude, and they met Crewbird, a seagull that landed in the crow's nest, now dubbing it the Seagull's Nest, and left a note for the crew that said, "Find yourselves, but first find the timekeeper before time runs out." This set our crew to talking to the other NPC crew members, figuring things out with each other, and ultimately discovering a clockwork amulet aboard. Once they showed it to Crewbird, Crewbird seemed pleased and flew off. After a meeting by Captain Asper Rhyme about morale on the ship and not keeping secrets, two more entities flew towards the ship, a bit bigger than Crewbird. Wyverns. Our level 8 crew, however, dispatched of those way too quickly for most dungeon masters' preference, but I'm a roleplay dungeon master. I don't like long combat anyway, so that was awesome. Well done, guys. And at that point, the Kenku, who does multiple jobs aboard, named Hay, let them all know that it is time for dinner. So, do you all go down decks to have dinner now, or are there any last moment things you would like to do above deck? I think it's also important to note that Andy's character, who had been Sunshine for most of the game to this point, is now presenting as Wavy Jones, the entity within Sunshine's sword who emerges during combat to help Sunshine fight. And Wavy Jones is still around. Yes, Andy?
Yeah, and I think that the very first thing that Wavy Jones would do is pull aside Asper.
All right.
Gladly.
So while Wavy Jones takes Asper, is this something that Wavy is trying to do um a bit
No,
like
he's very loud. No,
very loud?
he
All right. Yeah,
loud
go
enough
for
for
it.
everybody else to hear. He walks up to Asper and just says, "I've been thinking. First off, I saw you hurt your ship. Second off, I named the ship. Third off, I think I'm captain now. Good?
Well.
Good. Let's get dinner."
Oh, no one said good. We're also not at a crew meeting, so no official business can be conducted. I believe in diplomacy around here and would never do anything that my crew would not vote on. Yes, we hurt the ship, but did you see how much more it hurt the dragons? And you see how quickly it's already being prepared? And you also see that you did name it, but technically Sunshine put the vote up, and you have no credit for the name, so Sunshine has more of a reason to be a captain than you right now. And third, no. But we can go to
That
dinner.
that's a technicality. And then Sunshine takes control and she's like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you got nothing
I-
to apologize for, Sunshine. We're so happy you're back with us.
Did you say I can be captain?
Do you want to be captain? We can vote on it.
I really don't.
And you don't have to be.
Okay, that's good. I'm really glad that Wavy's just stuck in his sword. I'm hungry.
Yeah, well, let's go get some dinner then.
Okay, I'm worried about what he's gonna do in the future, but it's probably gonna be okay.
No worries, raw.
Yeah, see, listen to Lemon Mercy. You got nothing to worry about. It's all fine.
Incredible. Well, that's what I get for making a pact with an eldritch entity. It's really.
Well, I mean, I did that too, and I just get you. I got my starfish out of it. My starfish can't talk to me though. Yours is pretty cool that you can talk to yours.
I think I'd prefer it the other way.
I'll say as this conversation is happening, you are making your way down to the dining area of the ship. And Sean, since this is Asper's ship, what do you think this dining area would look like? If anyone else wants to throw things into this too, I think Sean, if you want to describe what it is, and then if any of the other crew wants to put in if they would have added any special touches to the space. But I'll let Sean start by describing it, like.
Yeah, well, the dining hall down here on the lower deck is beautiful to Asper. To anyone with an eye for interior decorating, it's the most poorly assembled thing that's ever happened. But it's like got little pictures that people have created on the walls that look bad. It's got like silverware hanging that some of the staff really enjoyed and made metalwork out of, and they got put up on the walls. It's got like whatever got voted on recently because the rules change around here frequently enough. It can kind of hard to remember. So we have like the current posting written in Asper's handwriting, which is not good. It's hardly legible, and we all just kind of hope that he wrote it down correctly. And if not, we're just going to remember what it was after that. The tables are like driftwood we found over time because like the old tables were really nice when we acquired the ship, but they got used to like fix the ship up a couple times. Now it's just kind of like driftwood planks people sit on the ground at, and I mean it's really homely and it's lovely and everyone is having a good time. But if anyone had an eye for detail, they would burn this place to the ground.
All right,
I would
and
like to,
yeah.
if Misty would allow, I think there's also framed very nicely on the wall a piece of paper that says, "Sorry, we took the treasure XOXO," and it's from their very first treasure hunting trip, where that was what was left in the treasure chest.
I love it.
I love that.
Oh.
All right. And yeah, does anyone else have little things that they might have put around the space?
Misty's jar of dirt. So that's what chat was talking
What?
about.
Yeah, I did see that in chat. I think I might have missed a piece on where that came from, but
I don't know. Yeah, Missy. First treasure hunt on the ship. Took some dirt, put it in a jar, and labeled it and said first jar of dirt.
incredible. I do love it. And yeah, would Sunshine have wanted to make any other touches to this space?
I think that her only sort of thing that she would do is make like a little wooden enclosure that she would draw trees and stuff on to lie to herself and try to convince herself as she goes to sleep that she's on land because she hates the ocean.
Whoa.
I adore that.
Yeah.
All right. And then so normally when most of the crew is gathered, Rafi and Misty will stay on board just to keep a watch and to keep someone at the wheel, and then they will eat later. Unless for some reason Captain Asper would request that shifts be changed, in which case Freddie Aim, who is the halfling cannon master, and Hay, the Kenku, who does the odd jobs aboard, would take over for either Misty or Rafi. So who do you think, and I let you make this decision among yourselves as a crew, which two of the NPCs you think would be at this meal with you between Freddie Aim, Hay, I said Misty, not Misty, Wisp, Wisp and Rafi.
Well, I think even though we're disappointed in Hay and Freddie Aim, we need to show them that disappointment isn't a bad thing, it's just something to learn from, and they're still invited to dinner tonight, and they'd be sitting with us down there in the dinner hall.
I agree.
Alright, so you do have Hay and Freddie Aim with you then. Alright, so, and also during while the battle was happening, I think Hay would have been the one to just prep the dinner afterwards anyway, so it makes sense that Hay would be sitting down with you. So you all sit down to the food, which is probably mostly fish, but you're responsible pirates. You make sure that you have some fruits and vegetables aboard as well. And yeah, it's if you would like to have another crew meeting, this would be the time to do so. If there's anything that any one of you would like to bring up, I think that Hay doesn't really hold on to much moment to moment emotionally. Hay is kind of already back to their normal silly self. But Freddie Aim might be looking around a bit cautiously, just trying to get the vibe of the room and not really sure where everyone's head is at after the events of last session where they were found to be in possession of the clockwork amulet that the bird desired.
Well, Asper wears his face on his sleeve, so to say, and you can tell he's back in a jovial mood. It didn't last long. He just needed to point out that what he did was bad, and he's disappointed in him.
I'm sorry, I just got this body horror image when you said his content warning for like the next 10 seconds. Sorry, plug your ears. Just when you said face on his sleeve instead of emotions, just a sleeve made of face. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
That's honestly not.
Welcome back.
Like I am pretty sensitive to body horror personally, and I'm okay with that, but absolutely appreciate the call out and warning. That is very good. Awesome. So
I couldn't remember the actual phrase, so if anyone wants to tell Sean what it is, I'd appreciate it.
Body horror?
No, what do you wear on your sleeve?
Your heart. I thought you wore your heart on your sleeve.
Your heart,
your heart on your sleeve.
That one.
You.
Yeah, so The difference really is just that your face is already showing typically, so having it on your sleeve changes nothing.
No, but like,
One,
but if
Sean
you
is
have,
tired. Two,
but
Asper has a -1 to intelligence. It's all fine.
okay, but
So Misty be
cosplayer
like,
brain, right, is thinking that like you have clothing like a sleeve, but it's got like, latex scar style like faces on it. Like, you know how some eldritch monsters will have faces where they shouldn't? So like a face
Yeah.
on the sleeve. Anywho, I'm the dungeon
I'm
master. I'm
thinking,
so good
I'm
at
thinking of
keeping this on track.
I'm thinking of Flapjack, The Misadventures of Flapjack.
Oh yeah.
What a
That
wild
style.
show that
Anyway,
was.
sorry. Yeah, let's
Anyway,
keep
back to
on
the
track. I'm
story at
so
hand.
sorry. That
The
was my fault.
the crew is talking
Wonderfully
about
fine.
past books they've seen, and I also think that part of shows in fantasy world would be people using like illusory images in the style of putting like a movie or TV show. So you can have seen Flapjack in that kind of style.
Misty be there reading her Flapjack book. So there's a boy who lives in a whale's mouth. And they're trying to find Candyland, I believe. So I don't know if Candyland's real, but I'm gonna find it as Misty continues to read to see if
Well,
she can
that
find context clues to find it.
that sounds like a
Someone
wonderful
lives in my
treasure.
mouth too.
That's a terrifying statement. We should talk more about that at the next team meeting. Are they a registered crew member?
Yes.
Then we don't need to, as long as they're registered.
I believe you got
We'll
paperwork
get
on
back
it.
to that.
I think at this point, sensing that it is a jovial attitude at the table, Freddie Aim will say, I remember this one adventure that we went on together, and well, we the hoard that we found was just a ton of gunpowder, and that was fun for me. I liked that. I that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
It was
that was
And
one
I
of our best finds.
gunpowder. It's a good find. It's a good find. Um, Speaking of finds, though, are we near any other treasure sources potentially soon? Cause it's just been a little while since we've gotten a real good treasure haul, and I know you guys just had that fight with the wyverns, but they never went to the side of the ship, so I wasn't really able to use the cannons, and I would I would like to use the cannon soon. Um, Captain Asper, you would be aware that the plot that you are currently charting, um, your aim is to go to a caving system. Um, and you're probably about 2 days away from that.
Well, in 2 or so days, we might get to some caves we want to go to, but I'm sure if you see like a whale or something on the way, you can use the cannons. I mean, we need some oil, we need some meat, we need lots of resources that whales can give to us, and we can do that. Or we could find another ship and ask them if they're nice, and if they say no, we can use the cannons. We need to take down the mean people. Sometimes we get more crew out of it.
I am not used to I mean, that is how I joined, was you really just came aboard our pirate ship and were nice and asked if anyone wanted to come with you. And usually that offer is not given on pirate ships, and I did come, and that is how I joined this crew. But I mean, the rest of you guys, you were Navy crew members before you came aboard here. I can't imagine the Navy was as nice and free for all as this guy. Um, to refresh those of you from session 0, the you were all in the insignificant navy, and at a point when you were docked for a supply run, you decided, instead of getting back aboard this ship, you met Captain Asper, liked him, and decided to board your new ship instead, your new home, the Trident, now the Bad Attitude. Would any of your characters want to speak to that in this moment?
I wouldn't really call myself like a, crew of the Navy. I was a cook. I made food, and well, Wavy wants you thrown overboard and has started a countdown for you walking the plank. So I
Me,
don't know.
me,
I think you should be pretty happy he's just a sword.
me specifically?
What's the countdown
Wavy?
at?
That's a good question.
Well, he's got a countdown for everybody, and well, the puppet's at a week. Misty's got 3 years, and the captain's overdue by a month.
Aw. See, he
Aw.
can't even get a timeline right.
Oh, I got 3 years. I love it.
Well, I think it's really just wishful thinking.
I mean, I think Misty is just even Wavy couldn't find something to be mad at you for, Misty. I don't know if anyone's ever been able to be mad at you for anything ever. You're just very agreeable. Honestly, if there's anything that I would be upset with you for, it's how hard it is to argue with you. Misty, do you think that's
Truly.
true? Do you
Truly.
think that Missy has just kind of been agreeable with Freddie Abe to this point, or is Missy an agreeable character? Is there a time that Missy feels like she has made someone angry?
I think a time that Misty made someone angry would probably the Navy ship thing, because I think she caused a lot of ruckus there. Like, she just felt very stuck with the Navy. And like here, she could probably tell Captain Asper, say, "Hey, I'm gonna dip off the boat for a little bit. I'll be back. Maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? I'll be back."
If you get hurt, let us know somehow and we'll come find you.
Yeah. But Missy's just glad to have the option.
And if does Asper say that in character? Like, you get hurt, let us know, we'll find you.
I mean, I'd imagine Misty would have asked at some point, and that would have been his response. Yeah.
If you were to say something to that effect in this moment, Freddie would have the response, "See, and then we've got Captain Asper here, who any other ship, you go overboard, you're thrown overboard, you stay overboard. No other ship is making the effort to save their crew. I mean, how does a captain get this nice?"
I mean,
Does
it
that-
helps when
yeah.
you can literally summon the ocean to pick people up and bring them back. That's made it easier because ships are hard to turn. But also, we don't got a lot of us, and if you're all drowning off somewhere, then I gotta find more people, and that's hard, so I'm not gonna lose the people I like.
Oh, he likes us.
He likes us a lot.
Do you not know that? Am I not doing a good enough job expressing my emotions?
No, you express a lot, and I appreciate it a lot.
Well, I'm glad.
Always kind of thought it was ironic. So to hear you say it this way, you're very nice, and it's very confusing.
A
Why?
little.
Why is that confusing to Sunshine? What is this bringing up for Sunshine? Whether that's something that Sunshine says out
Sunshine-
loud or just thinks of, you can let us know.
Sunshine so Sunshine said that to Asper, but she, for sure now, has a pirate yelling in her brain 100% of the time, telling her to do wild stuff. And so, her life, she goes to sleep at night thinking that she could drown in the ocean, and wakes up in the morning with a pirate yelling at her, being like, "Take over the ship. You should be captain. We should be captain. I should be captain. Kill so and so. Make them walk the plank." And so she's just sort of like in that mode.
I would like to chime in and say that's a very good description of intrusive thoughts with OCD.
Yeah.
This one's just the pirate ghost. But yeah.
And while this conversation's been going on too, as we peek into, the backgrounds of each of these guys a little bit, I want to circle back to Lemon Mercy Jr. because
Yes.
Lemon Mercy, you made a comment earlier that you have someone living inside of you.
Mhm.
Was that accurate?
So-
And would you like to expand on that either as Lemon Mercy or out above table? If because
above-
I think
above
above
table.
table, sure. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that above table.
Yeah, it's Jim and Jim. Shout out. Muppet Treasure Island. Yeah, it's a little fairy actually that lives inside of him and actually gives him life.
We
So
absolutely love.
truthfully, I'm just making this up right now off the top of my head. New canon, instead of truly a puppet, he's actually a fairy trapped inside of a little cage
It's
that
like
brings this puppet to life.
it's like
Yeah.
the three goblins in a trench coat concept, but
Yes.
it's a fairy.
It's three
reverse
fairies in a
Pinocchio.
cage.
It's three
It's reverse
fairies?
Pinocchio, yeah. Yeah. It's
Well,
three fairies in a trench coat with a
if I-
puppet suit.
if anyone else knows Shrek the musical, I'm thinking of the way that like whoever's playing the fairy usually also has like Gingy as a puppet. It's like reverse. It's that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's that. Honestly, just that.
Yeah.
Podcast
So
audience,
if Lemon
please
Mercy,
know you're getting the full experience because I plan to edit out none of these side tangents. You're gonna get all these.
so
I
yeah, so
love
if
it.
if Lemon Mercy ever dies, my next character I will roll up will be one of these fairies.
Having escaped the soul cage.
Yeah. They'll be full on sorcerer. Yeah.
I have never in the history of this channel, which is called Don't Kill My Character, been so tempted to kill a
Oh no,
character.
if you want to be tempted to kill a character, it's my Triangle Agency character, and we'll talk about that some other time.
Let's talk about that some other time. As the dinner conversation winds down and we get to around the time that it would be time for bed, there's a little bit of time in between that where the shift the I keep saying Missy, Wisp and Rafi would come eat, and the rest of you guys would watch the deck. I think at that point, probably Hay and Freddie Aim get a little nap in as they prep to take one of the evening shifts. But it is about the time that your characters would be winding down for bed. So, are there any pre-bedtime rituals that any of you would do, whether it has to do with the care and keeping of the ship, or for each other, or just for yourself?
Misty will get her map out of her bandana and update the map. She's like got the new information from Captain as we're about like, all right, land couple of days away, so we're in this direction. Just looks out on the sea, drawing water, predicting where whales could be if they wanted to go that direction. Brain is just going as she draws.
Love that. Look, pre-bed journaling, get the thoughts out so that you can release them and have a still, quiet mind for the night. I love that. Misty is so healthy.
It's very demure, very
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 mindful.
mindful,
very
very
mindful.
cutesy.
Missy is the resident, very demure, very mindful of the ship.
She's not like other pirates.
Oh my god, just gonna date this episode so hard.
It's fine.
I think
Fine.
it's
not
fair.
going away.
I think it's fair to say this whole ship is not like other pirates. But all right, so that is Misty's bedtime routine. Does Lemon Mercy Jr. have anything that they do before bed?
Yes. As they lay down in their hammock, they pull out their deck of wonders. And they say, I pulled 3 cards! So I'm gonna shuffle
Yeah.
this deck. It should have only been one. Gonna
What is
shuffle
it?
You
this.
can-
do a quick
you-
clarify
if
before
you-
that happens. Dinner counted as a short rest for the warlocks, right?
Yeah, for everyone. Yeah, you definitely got a short rest. Are you pulling 3 or are you pulling 1?
I'm pulling 3.
Great.
Should I only
love
pull
this.
one? I should only pull
It's,
one.
no, it's
the
up,
first
hey,
time.
no,
I'll
no.
just pull
I
one.
am
You're lying.
hey,
I
I
don't-
am here. I am here for it. If Mika wants to pull 1, if Mika wants to pull 3, if Lemon Mercy wants to pull 3, let's do 3. I did not look up
Okay.
how this deck works at all, so if there's
It
things
is-
I'm gonna pull it up on D&D Beyond right now too, but you tell me what happens, and I'm also
Yeah,
willing to
it's
share. Right?
It is not as chaotic as the deck of many things, so
Well,
this
yeah.
won't take up too much time.
Yeah.
First is the King of Spades, which is the end. Oh, jeez. which means this card is an omen of death. You take 2d10 necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage. Oh my god. This effect can't reduce your hit point maximum below 10 points. The reduction lasts till you finish a long rest. Okay, I'm about to take a long rest. So,
Yeah. This is the time to do it.
yeah, let me roll 2d10 damage, I guess.
And who else would be in
That's a
this
10 and 2. That's
12?
12.
Who else would be in this sleeping area right now? Like, does Asper have his own sleeping quarters, or does Asper sleep with the rest of the crew?
Well, Asper sleeps with the rest of the crew, but he would currently be out, like, attending to the ship and making sure that nothing's damaged that he can't see.
Amazing. So who believes that at this point they would be in the sleeping quarters to witness this? Anyone? So then I'll leave it to you, Mika. Would you like any of the NPCs to be around to witness this? And if so, you can pick which ones are there.
All of them.
All of them? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So then
They
you
just
have
witness me take this necrotic damage, like, rah!
so you
But they probably
have
think I'm just being me.
sure. Yeah, okay, so that can be it. I'll say that yeah, Rafi doesn't pay too much attention, isn't super one for antics. Freddie giggles. Hay is going to make the same noise that you make. Um, Wisp sees it, doesn't ignore it, doesn't react strongly to it, just clocks it in her quiet way.
I think since most of these are until you take a long rest, I'm just gonna not draw the other two,
Sure.
just
Is
to make
this
it more interesting.
yeah.
So I'll stick with just the one card.
Alright. You messed around and found out just a little bit though, because
Yeah.
the nap will do.
Yep.
Alright, so all of the NPCs clock that in the way they do. Then I'll toss it up. We'll travel back above deck to Captain Asper. What is Captain Asper Rhyme doing before he goes to bed?
Okay. Asper, like a true ship captain, is standing right up at the helm of the ship and just taking a moment to speak with the sea salt in the air and the water below him and ask them to be like, oh, is there any problems down below? Is there anything that I can't see down there that needs to be patched up? Are we sinking? We haven't really checked cargo yet, so like, if cargo's flooded, please let me know and pull the water out. Some of the sails are broken. If you wouldn't mind, like throwing some seaweed up there and stitching it back on, it'd be really nice. Considering it is technically your fault that I hit the thing, it'd be nice if you fixed my ship for me. And just talking to Asper does not know who his patron is. Asper thinks the entire concept of the sea is his patron. And so he is asking the sea itself to repair the ship that he lovingly sails through his patron on.
And
Aw.
how well does this usually work for Asper?
I mean, we're not dead yet, so
Yeah.
it seems to be working.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll say you make your nightly requests and seems pretty standard. Ship shape. All right.
Hey.
Psychic points of damage for Sean.
Andy, is there anything that Sunshine and or Wavy do as the evening washes over us, splashes over us?
So one of the benefits of Wavy Jones is that he talks a lot. And so at night, he always sort of finds himself telling Sunshine stories of his misdeeds. And he'll just like sort of spin a pirate tale, and she'll sort of doze off as he does, because then it's easier to think about how she's not on the dark ocean.
Would you want to share one of those stories with us or not right now?
I think this
Fictional one.
particular story is just about him taking on a whole ship of Navy officers with both hands tied behind his back. Both of his feet tied together, using just a sword in his mouth to cut them down one by one, and eventually dive into the sea and swim like a dolphin onto another pirate ship thought that he was a sea god, and he became their captain.
He
Incredible.
swam like dolphins can swim.
And what is
He was
Can
a
dolphins
hero.
not swim? What are you
I
trying
know,
to
Just for
say?
a day. Just David Bowie.
oh,
See, the two references that came to my head were one is like, my hand is a dolphin from like the old Rebecca Black video. And then the other, there's a podcast I listened to called Mom Can't Cook that made fun of a show about dolphins. It's like one of the characters in a Disney movie was like, why did they give up their hands? And so just images of dolphins giving up their hands and running into the ocean.
Definitely David Bowie.
Yeah.
It's a David Bowie reference.
incredible. All right, my friends. Do all of our character crew members go to bed for the night?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Good night, my darlings. I think we should
Function.
have some dreams, though. Because I love dreams.
I love dream sequences.
I love dreams. I love dreams. So, I am going to start with Lemon Mercy Jr. for this one. This is going to be very improv, but I love improv. I'm going to say that this dream does not focus on Lemon Mercy Jr., the puppet, but on the fairies within. Did we say there's 3 fairies in here or 1? What do we decide
Yes.
on? 3?
Jokingly, I said 3 fairies in a trench coat, but realistically, it's probably just 1 because the
3.
other 2 died.
Now, for these dreams, I'm going to welcome a lot of co-DMing to them for everyone here. So I can give ideas, I can give inspiration, I can give shape, but I would love for you to steer these yourselves a bit. My idea for this dream of the fairies within Lemon Mercy Jr. is a bit of a flashback to them either coming to the material plane, or them finding the Lemon Mercy Jr. puppet and deciding to inhabit it.
I would love it if the other 3 players just went with this. No input from me. It's just you 3 playing each fairy. If y'all are okay with that.
I also really enjoy that. Thumbs up. Would you rather sit this one out, Andy?
I'll do whatever. I just have to think about it.
All right. So then,
There, just gonna mute myself.
so then, Mika. Okay, Mika. I imagine that.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
will tell the story then of these fairies coming together and coming into the puppet that is Lemon Mercy Jr. I heard you say you want to mute yourself, and you're welcome to do so. But at any point, if you want to share the Dungeon Master reigns with me or make suggestions to your fairy friends, you are
Okay,
absolutely
I can-
welcome to do that. All right.
I imagine. Okay, let me just set the scene. I imagine the 3 fairies are all best friends from high society who had dreams of running away to sea, much like our captain. And so they would do like the royalty child thing of sneaking into town, pretending they're common folk. And that's where they came upon the puppet.
I like that. Let's take that moment of these 3 fairy friends who at this point are very good friends together playing playing one of their fairy games.
Their names are Kumquat, Pomelo, and Passion Fruit.
All right, do those names speak to any one of you 3 in particular? We have Kumquat, Pomelo, and Passion Fruit.
I'll go with passion fruit.
All right, Taylor is playing Passion Fruit in this moment.
Andy, you give me real pomelo energy.
I don't
And
know
here,
what pomelo means.
you don't need to.
You don't need
It's a
to. You
type of
gotta feel
citrus
it.
fruit.
All right, so
You have
Andy, are you open to being Pomelo for this?
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right, Sean, you will be
Become quad.
Kumquat. All
That's a
right,
fruit.
I
Sorry,
think
there's a
we
game.
will play a good old-fashioned game of hide and seek for this, and I'm pretty open to your fairies having any. I'm just gonna keep going. I am pretty open to your fairies having any type of little magical abilities that they want to here. Um, so is there any one of you three that would like to be the seeker while the other two hide? And I'm realizing that we need some more time for two of you to finish laughing. All right.
But also, like, keep this short because I don't want this to be the Mika show.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
It
look.
was,
All
it
right.
was
yeah,
just
keep this short,
that's a
please.
fruit.
Look, we're all
It said
sorry.
me.
Sorry, there's a video game called Reader Rabbit, and there's a fruit game, and they said kumquat. That's a fruit, and just to let you know.
Okay,
Okay.
amazing, amazing.
We're
So
back. We are centered. We are grounded. We are ready.
we are demure, we are mindful.
Mm-hmm.
All
Very
right,
PC.
I'm gonna toss
I
this
think
to.
I think that Pomelo would be the seeker. And she always cheats in a different way. So this time she has set up uh whatever the fairy equivalent of a cardboard cutout is, like of herself. Maybe it's like an actual illusion,
Yeah,
doing like a small sort of loop of just like a repeat motion. And she sort of like yells out the countdown, and is going to try to sneak and follow the two to their hiding places so that she doesn't actually have to look for them.
incredible. What do we think Kumquat's hiding strategy would be, Sean?
Kumquat's hiding strategy is always to turn into the closest potted plant to where the seeker starts, knowing that if their back is there, they can't look around because then a plant will appear. And so they destroy the plant that's there, making no sound, and then just become the plant themselves.
Incredible. That is exactly what happens with Kumquat. And how is Passion Fruit approaching this game? How's Passion Fruit hiding?
Uh, the way that passion fruit would be hiding. Uh, ooh, this is hard. I think she just slow. She loves little holes. If she can find a tiny hole and she can fit into it and shrink down, fit into it, she would get
Yeah,
in there.
I'll say
Holes.
she can shrink herself even smaller to fit in. So, of course, Pomelo is going to see all of this happening because Pomelo is not actually where we believe Pomelo to be. So, Pomelo, you see Kumquat destroy plot, potted plant and turn into it. You see Passion Fruit dip into this tiny little hole. Which one is Pomelo going to approach first and how?
I think that the very first thing she does is she just sort of kills some time to make it seem like that she's looking around, um, and eventually she'll make her way to, uh, I guess, Kumquat first.
Alright, so kumquat is a potted plant, but you can tell that this is in fact your friend kumquat.
Oh, if only I could find Kumquat in here, and it is just so deeply hard to find my two friends. Oh, I found you. I found you.
Oh, you did. But that was fun. Should we do it again?
At
Oh,
this
how
point,
delightful. Yes, let's just ditch our sister in the ground. It's perfect.
Oh, you found her
passion
already.
fruit.
Yes, but I didn't make any contact. I just saw her little head peeking up, and I just thought it was so cute that she could stay there for quite a while.
Oh.
I will say, as that happens, so passion fruit, the little hole that you dip into is leads into a bigger spot than you thought. It seems to be a hidey hole for someone, and within this hole is a puppet that looks a bit like a lemon pirate.
Passion fruit would get very excited and it's like doesn't care about the game anymore, and she'll pop her head out and said, "Found treasure," and then sneak back down.
There's treasure? That's so
I'm right,
delightful.
treasure. Should we go see the
Yeah.
treasure?
Mm-hmm. It's like right down here. Waves her hand.
And
Well,
you
nothing bad has ever come from following our sister into a hole before. Let's go.
and down you all
Oh,
go into this hidey hole. And you do see in front of you this trying to pull up the Roll20 as I do this. You do see this lemon puppet. And it smells of salty seawater.
Look at this. Look at this cute thing. Try to pick it up.
It smells
Struggling.
like it came from the sea.
Smells like the sea.
well.
And
So is
I
this,
don't
is this like a
I
clearly
will
magical item?
I will say yes, it's clearly magical and it gives you all the call of the sea. That call of freedom that you've been seeking. The call of adventure. The call of somewhere different, somewhere fun, somewhere new.
I think the cure for our boredom has arrived. No more hide and seek. Let's go follow this call to adventure.
Well, not. We could probably all fit inside, right? It's large enough.
Yeah, it's very roomy.
And also
I
as
call the
very
upper arm.
go for it.
I call the left foot.
Call arms.
Well, who's going to pilot the middle? Oh, okay.
No
And
Mitzi
one.
just
as
crying.
you
No
all
one.
get into this lemon puppet and take the spots that you want, you find that you've always been connected to each other through your friendship, through your siblinghood, and through your quest for adventure. And this lemon puppet that smells of the sea and provides that sensation of adventure and promise makes you feel connected in a way that you haven't before, in a way that you know, that you don't have to speak to each other to understand the wants and the desires. You don't have to talk to each other, coordinate the actions of this puppet. You are one in a way you've never been before. And as this puppet takes you from the place you are in to that salty sea air, you find that you are free in a way that you've never been before. Mika, is there anything you would like to add in this moment?
The puppet also smells of not scurvy.
Not scurvy.
Does it
It smells
smell
of the
of?
Very
absence of
distinct.
scurvy.
Yeah, the absence of scurvy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
I guess I also could have said the lemon puppet smells like lemon, but I did not. It just smells of salty seawater and not scurvy.
Yeah.
Sea
And
salt
then I
caramel.
think, yeah, oh, that's good. Sea salt caramel, yes.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, I think Lemon Mercy just shoots up awake and says, "Rah, I'm questioning my existence. Existential crisis." And he flails his arms. Rah.
I think the thing that's really interesting to me is that the combination of those three characters turns into that puppet. Like, what does that say about our consciousnesses, you know?
Well, if two of them have died,
Exactly.
the descent of the third that's left over has become that.
I'm going to say above table. I had to get another pen. I'm going to say above table that it's not purely, and maybe this is something that these fairies in experiencing this moment again, and that this puppet as well. It's you're right. It doesn't make sense that the three fairies we just met turn into the personality that is this puppet. There's probably another personality in there that was there already. It might have just needed a little more magic or life to awaken it again. We're going to leave that there for now. And we're going to dive into someone else's dream. Does anyone want to go next, or is the teacher going to call on somebody whose hand is not raised?
Call on someone whose hand's not raised.
All right, what's a great recommendation, Sean? Let's go with Asper. Now,
Sure.
Asper was not always the captain of this ship. Asper, and once again, this is something that I'm happy to have a shared DM. You can bring other players into this story. Or if you don't want to go with this idea and you'd rather tell another story in this memory dream, you may. But my idea for Asper's dream is to explore the personalities that were on the ship before, especially Asper as a second in command to the former captain. And some of the influences from that past crew that created the Captain Asper we know now. Does that sound like something you would like to explore as well, Sean? Or do you have another idea you'd like to go with?
Let's go with it.
Let's go with
I
that.
feel better than our resident trying to usurper to play the original captain of the Bad Attitude, if you wouldn't mind, Andy.
And are you open
The
to...
original captain of the Bad Attitude. Let's see.
Yeah.
What was the ship's name at the time? Give me that much.
the
It would have
Trident?
been the Trident.
Yes.
So it used to be the Trident. Okay.
Yes, it was the Trident up until last episode. When you guys, I mean, for episode 1. But yeah, so you all decided after about 2 weeks of the 3 of you being on board that you were renaming the ship, which has been the Trident for as long as it's existed, to the Bad Attitude. So Sean, do you have any
But again,
notes?
the name was never written down on paper, so it doesn't matter that the name was changed.
It doesn't. So Sean, do you have any notes for Andy on your ideas of the former captain and playing them?
Well, I would imagine that the former captain had to have instilled some sort of understanding of diplomacy and crew importance before whatever caused them to exit the ship. Because, I mean, Asper's all about emotional intelligence, but he would never have seen that sort of leadership before and would have taken it from someone.
So I'm
So
here.
you think that they're like a very emotionally intelligent captain?
Asper or the other one?
The
the other
former
one.
captain.
I don't know if they're as emotionally intelligent, but I do think they care for their crew much in the same way Asper is mimicked from.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So I'm hearing a caring captain and a strong leader. Maybe not as emotion first as Asper is, but still caring and still a leadership force.
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's name this captain too. What are we feeling for a name for our captain?
Andy, that is all yours. Or if others have ideas,
boy.
we've been all rolling off of each other all night. Why stop now?
I know, doing a little bit of
Yeah, somebody name
experimenting
this
tonight.
captain.
Or chat, if you want to name the captain, you can toss in a name for the captain. And then I will also, so Sean,
Staven.
Captain
Staven.
Captain
Yeah, they-
Staven,
Staven.
like, oh,
Steven Griff.
Staven.
Staven, like
Staven.
Staven. Am I hearing that right? It's not Steven, it's
S-T-
Staven.
Yeah, Staeven. Yeah, Staven.
Staeven.
In
Captain
the
Staven.
chat, we have a last name Fleep Flop.
Captain
I
Staven.
Staven
am
Fleet
Staven
Flop.
Staven Fleet Flop.
Flop.
I'm happy to go
Yes.
with that. All right, and then also in this, like the last stream, if Mika and Taylor, if you would like to play any of the former crew members who would have been aboard, you have freedom to do that as well. So I think, and again, this is something that anyone can jump into if you want to grab some above table DM narrator power. I think that to show a bit of the leadership influence that Captain Staven Fleet Flop had on Asper, it'd be interesting to show a moment of this pirate ship interacting with another ship. I think I'm imagining a moment where your ship has bested the other, and they have surrendered to the Trident. So now the decision is on Captain Staven Fleet Flop to what becomes of this surrendered crew. Does that feel like something that you would like to explore, everyone?
I'll give it to especially Captain Staven Fleet-Flop if no one else. You've seen Asper on a ship. He does a good talk. He doesn't do a great anything else. He only got to second because of his pact. He was put there as a utility tool, not quite for skill.
Is there something in that you'd like to explore, Sean?
If it comes up, but I just think it's something that would be known.
Good to know. So
I
then
think
I'll
it's something that
say,
should come up right now.
okay. So this here's what I'd like to see play out if this is cool for everyone else. I'm imagining this moment is we've just had this battle with the other ship because maybe the pirate ships, came together to, have this interaction. It turned into a fight. If Captain Saban is also one who leads with words like Captain Asper, then the other ship was like, "We're pirates. We're gonna fight it out as you wish." And Asper was quite an asset in this fight. I don't want to play out the whole battle. I'm a role play GM. We know this. And maybe Captain Fleet Flop is trying to lean on Asper a bit now in this moment, and we see Asper struggle a bit in that second, and then that can turn into a conversation when you're on your own ship. Is that too much direction?
No, that's too much direct. So I
Yeah.
think let's
Go it out,
zoom
go it
in.
out.
We're on the deck of the ship. Everybody's tied up. We
Okay.
have sort of like as like a demonstration. Asper would know that this is like not, Staben's not going to do anything with this. They've never executed anybody, but they have to like make a show of it. And so Staben walks up to you and just says, Esper, you know how strategy goes. We must make a good example of new crew, make them think we are proper pirates.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, maybe you want to take the lead and, give threatening speech to all tied up pirates. How does that sound to you?
That I could give it a try. I mean, I'm not sure I'm the most threatening person here, but I mean, we could always throw one overboard and just hold it down there for a little bit before bringing it back up. That might scare some people.
Oh, I think that is excellent idea. I mean, worst case scenario, threaten them with good time, you know?
Yeah, I can give it a try.
Oh, incredible. Okay, I will be wingman for you. Hold on. And Captain Staven Fleetflop will walk into the center of the ship and just say, Hello, pirate crew. Life is in hands of, maybe future Captain Asper. I want you all to know that we have your worst interest in mind, and I cede the floor to Asper. Please, speech. Tell them their last words.
You would all see Asper walk. You would see Asper walk in and go, well, which one of you is the current captain? And I'm imagining would be
Miko or
out
Taylor, would
and
either of you like to play that current captain?
I can do that.
Take it away, Mika.
Hey, I'm Turtle Teopolis, the turtle. I'm the captain of this ship.
Oh, good. Then you are used to being in the water, and you'll see like just that tentacle that Lemon Mercy has seen come up, grab him by like the face, and just pull him underwater, and be like, "So, for those of you that don't listen, we're just gonna off you like I was told is good to do to pirates, but to clarify, your head is above water. Asper's not putting you under. Your head is above. No one on the ship would know, but yeah.
Right.
And your captain's dead now. So if you don't come with us, we'll just kill you too, and I think that's a good trade-off. And then your last words should be, yes, we'll come with you.
Yes, very incredible. Good words from Asper. I have binding contract for a new pirate crew. I'm going to bring around a document for you. If you cannot write, if you do not know common, it is okay. Just sign with X and you are part of crew. If you don't sign, we throw you overboard and you get eaten by Kraken.
Taylor.
Everyone good? Good. And they're gonna walk around, sort of handing out this contract and having people sign it.
Sign with X.
All right, so Taylor, you are a crew member who is signing this with X. I love it. Incredible. I think, yeah,
And
most of the crew,
after
I think, is going to sign. I think there's going to be that one crew member that's like, what is happening right now? We're all cool with this? This is insane. No.
would you rather be
Ex-
dead? Because I can arrange that.
Excuse me, silly pirate person. I wish you well. I guess you die. Everyone who is part of crew, join us. And this is like sort of a well-oiled machine. Everybody sort of knows. Escort this new crew on board, and what happens, I think, is the people who refuse get tied up, thrown overboard, their faces above water, in very loose knots so that they can free themselves after we sail away. And after everybody's on board and we're out of view of that pirate crew, Staven gives the speech to everyone. Okay, now that you are part of crew, I can play nice. You all agreed it's going to be great time. We have parties every Friday. We have a big feast on Thursdays, and on Tuesday it's always somebody's birthday. So welcome to crew. Hope you all have a good time.
Hey, Tuesday's my birthday. Yeah.
Well, look at
Incredible.
that. It worked this time. We don't even need to change the document.
Is this how Misty and Lemon came aboard the ship through this interaction?
Misty and Lemon, I believe, came on willingly just at crew and said, hey, can we join, unless we want to change that.
Yes, we did, in the
Okay.
session 0 that I know you weren't in, Mika, but if you want this to be how Lemon, we talked about Lemon and Missy being in the same crew, but the idea was it was, a docked point for your Navy ship, the Insignificant Navy, and instead of reboarding your own boat, you had met Captain Asper and some of the crew while you were on land. You figured that would be a more fun, better way to go, and you snuck past your Navy boat and jumped on the formerly Trident, now Bad Attitude instead.
Okay, let's stick with that.
Okay.
Well, so I think at the end of this, after we sort of collect all these pirate crew, Staben would pull Asper aside and just say, I think you are well qualified to be new captain, and I've been looking for greener pastures. And by that I mean literal green pastures. I want to make a farm. Cannot have farm on sea. I'm going to go to land, be farmer.
Can you teach me how to steer the ship first?
Congratulations, you are captain.
And they are walking towards a rowboat to row to shore.
This is the
Incredible,
reason why
you
Asper
will do
is
a great
never...
job.
This is why Asper always makes Ra to the ship, because Asper doesn't know how to steer.
Yelling behind their shoulder.
You are already doing great. You have new crew. They love you. Don't forget this schedule. Our green pastures. Goodbye.
Oh, well, hi everyone. I'm your captain, and we're gonna feel good about that. And I think with that, he would come back to reality.
The best notes I can give, the best advice I can give to any GM is just to let your players cook. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. I love it. Let's jump into another dream. Misty.
Mhm.
Misty, I have 2 ideas for you, but once again, take it in any direction you like. Do you have one that you want to throw out to start? Do you already have your own idea, Taylor?
No.
My 2 ideas was seeing Misty on a treasure hunt, perhaps the one where the Navy first ran into her, discovered her, and said, join us, which
Very
actually,
Warcraft Tomb Raider.
yes, which also, I believe Lemon would have been around for that as well. Maybe all 3 of you were around for that in character. We can also, the other idea that I had for Misty's dream was her first time or an early time talking to the water, like communicating with the water in a way that she felt a response and received a response and maybe gained the magic that she now has.
Gotcha. We can like mix the two.
Yeah.
So I so I pictured this would be Misty's first treasure hunt with the Navy, and if everybody that was in the Navy crew wants to join in, can join in. But I think this is like her first time where she drew up the map. The way her dream is played out is a storyboard formation. She thinks of like comic book drawing style a little bit. So every scene is getting drawn out slowly as she talks in her brain. And
Love that visual.
so so she will probably like almost like she wants to kick down the captain's door of the Navy, but she politely knocks and be like, I found made a map, and I promise you treasure right there. And it's probably like a big Navy meeting, and she's just trying to prove herself, like, you guys hired me to find treasure. Here's treasure, let me go find treasure.
Do you want to jump into that moment here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we jump into that moment, and would you like Sean to play that naval captain that you're approaching this with? Or Sean, if you're not comfortable with it, I can as well.
Whoever wants it.
I'd be
Sean,
happy
is this
to.
something that you would like to pick up?
Sure.
All right.
And then they are very dismissive, Captain, I imagine. Okay.
Yep,
So then,
I got it.
yeah, if you want to just knock on the door, I can run from there.
Yeah. So Misty's like, well, like Misty had almost had her foot up. She was about to kick it, but she's like, let me be more polite about this. But it's like, knock, 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 knock. Knowing that she's like interrupting like a meeting, but she just could not wait.
Yeah. Presiding over a meeting of not hundreds, it's way too big for a ship, tens of people, will be like, yes, come in, if you're interrupting, this must be important.
Yeah. I was like, whew. I was like, she's like, excuse me, pardon me, because she's short and like pushing the Navy people around, fixing her sailor hat, and then she slams the piece of paper in front of the captain and say, I have been working hard on this. There's a lot of treasure at this spot. I calculated it. I spoke to the sea. This is what it is. This is where treasure will be.
You calculated it by talking to the sea? Have you put research in? Have you found reason to believe this is true, or are you hoping that we'll waste government resources sailing where the sea told you to go?
I know it is. Like very confidently, Misty's like, I know it's here. I know the first one was a bust, but I know this time that this is the legendary Captain Godey's treasure that we've been looking for. It's right here.
I think that a second in command speaks up
Go
and
for
is
it.
like, yes, Captain, it disagrees with my projections, and I think that they're wrong. It's incorrect. Speaking with the sea? That's what? No.
Misty's like, no one asked you.
No, I asked them to be taking notes on where things would be, because as I think I've probably told you by now, the purpose of this ship is not a sailing vessel for treasure, and you were brought on to find locations of government and infiltrative secrets. I don't care about this captain's hidden hoard. That will tell us nothing on how to take down the fellow navy that we're against.
But that to run a navy, you need money, and I know our incomes are very low, and you need money.
And that's what the taxpayers are for.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, when have you seen the last check?
Well, when I see the check is not when you see yours.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
think-
like, I like,
Does Missy have anything else she would say in this moment?
nah, she just like looks at them angrily and like wants to beat the second in command's ass so bad. But wants to
Do it!
So I think, yeah, is that something that Missy would do, or do you want to kind of do the storyboard thing where we pick up from this moment and go to another?
I think it's just like the next storyboard moment. It's like a thought bubble of beating them up, and then she just wipes it away, and then like go to the next. Goes like she just picks up her paper and like marches to find her two friends, and so she's determined.
Yeah, and I would say that Lemon Mercy Jr. and Sunshine would be aboard the ship with you. I also love that every one of these dream sequences has a different animation style. This is great.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, so
But the-
you I'll say that you can find Lemmy Mercy Jr., you can find Sunshine.
and I feel like the kitchen is the best hangout.
Yeah. And
Like
Yeah.
Sunshine was the
yeah.
cookaboard.
Catch
So yeah,
on.
you probably hang out in the kitchen.
That she's like
Drinking tea.
pouting and stuff, pouting, grabbing a carrot, munching on it, sits on a bucket.
Carrot.
I think that Sunshine would bring you whatever your favorite drink is,
Oh.
like tea or orange juice or something, because we're on a ship. Need to not have tea.
Probably orange juice, since tea is a luxury item. She doesn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like I was a laughing stock at the meeting. It's like I promise, like this right here is the X marks the spot this time. I know the first on the bus, but I talked to the sea, and the sea has confirmed to me that this is the spot.
Wow. I mean, I believe you, but we don't really have any power here.
It's like, that's annoying. I thought I could try to convince them, but like, I don't know. I'm thinking about, and then she like looks around. It's like, I'm thinking about sneaking off just for a day to get the treasure. We'd be landing near the place where it be at. Just a couple hours gone, come back, we be rich.
If we're rich, does that mean I don't need a job anymore? I
My
could.
name is Lemon. Not
That's
rich.
correct. That's correct, Lemon. Your name is Lemon. Lemon Mercy. Don't let anybody take that from you.
And I think we might pick up from this moment and leave that there for just a spot. In that interaction that just occurred, Andy, do you believe that Sunshine would have already connected with Wavy Jones or not quite yet?
No.
No. Let's.
No, truly, the moment that she connected with Wavy Jones would be the moment that no longer part of the Navy.
All right. So maybe then Wavy Jones was part of this treasure hoard.
Yeah.
The
That's
way.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. So I was gonna run this a different way, but let's run this now. Our dreams that we've gone through for the 3 players already converge into one, because Misty, actually, let's take a break here before they do. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Don't Kill My Character and Help Action Needed podcast presents Shipwrecks. This is episode 2 out of 6, part 2 of episode 2 out of 6, and we are so happy to have you. Before our break, we had our crew of the Bad Attitude have dinner, do their pre-bed rituals, and go to sleep, where 3 out of the 4 of our player characters have gone through dreams that led them through important moments in their lives. Misty's dream has led us into a shared group experience, so this is now the second dream of the night for 3 of our characters, the first dream of the night for 1, and it is happening all together. We are going to jump right into this. So to recap a bit of where Misty's dream left us, Misty had gone to the leader of the Insignificant Navy, which Lemon Mercy and Sunshine are also members of, and presenting her findings that she had gotten from speaking to the sea on where a treasure is held, but was dismissed. However, she knows the treasure is accessible on foot or by a little boat that you can pilfer from the docks from the landing area that you are set course to take a break at, as the Insignificant Navy sometimes does. So the 3 of you have made a plan to together seek out this treasure. And we're going to jump in right there. So the 3 of you are on land. You have supplied yourselves up with the necessary tools you need to hunt down this treasure. And in talking to the sea, Misty, you know exactly where it is. Misty, what do you think your tracking or your following of this information or receiving of this information would look like now that you're not on a boat, a big boat per se? I'll say that some of this travel is going to be on land, some of it is going to be a smaller 3-person rowboat to this coastal cave network you have identified. But what does this information look like telling Misty where to go?
I think it's a lot of like audio cues in her ear. Like she's just listening to the sea as she's going, and in her eyes, she kind of like sees like a yellow trail that she is following.
It's a yellow trail, like video game style, find the path. I love it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yellow brick
I,
road.
I
Yellow
love
brick
it.
road.
And have Lemon Mercy Jr. or Sunshine seen this occur before?
I think they all seen like her
Mm.
look that she is like zoned
Yeah.
in, locked in. Like this is her tracking faces. Like this is not no joke.
Yeah,
Like,
do we see the yellow trail? I assumed not.
I would assume
No.
you don't see the yellow
Yeah,
trail,
no,
but you
okay.
see Misty in this zone of connection, knowing exactly where to go.
Misty's Zone of Connection is a new spell coming in the 2024 Player's Handbook.
Yes. Misty's connection.
I love it. All right. So you arrive at these coastal caves and you hear voices echoing from within. Speaking in the common
Oh,
language.
It seems like we're not alone.
Yeah, we should be careful before we approach. Or I can go in first and then I'll signal if it's okay to come in.
I think we should go together. Yeah, safety in numbers.
Yeah.
Who knows
Friendship.
what it is?
Friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah, like Missy will pull out her tiny dagger. It's like, yeah, friendship, we got this.
Sunshine pulls out a frying pan that she brought with her.
Well, actually, I have a real dagger.
I love it.
I don't have a
what
frying
does Sunshine
pan.
bring in? Oh, frying pan. Lemon Mercy. It's his teeth.
I love
Teeth
it.
daggers.
So it doesn't sound like you're going in stealthily.
No.
Are you? No,
No.
no.
God,
We
no.
are rushing
No.
in.
No.
This is not a stealthy group.
No,
It's
they're
not.
No.
Their first have,
Despite
like,
my stealth
hiding.
being, despite my stealth being like +7. No.
No.
I love it.
No.
So the scene that these three rush into is a cave network with now Captain Asper Rhyme and the crew. Sean, if you'd like to say which one of the crew members we already know that would be with you in this moment, you can pick and choose. You can say it's all four if you'd like. I'll say that Hay doesn't usually join on adventures.
Yeah.
But
I don't think Hay would be with us, nor do I think Freddie Aim, because I think Freddie Aim is a little too cannon bound for going on land. But I think we would definitely have Rafi, and we would definitely have
Wisp.
not Echo,
Wisp.
Wisp. We would have Wisp doing whatever
Echo
they
would have
do.
been such a good name for her. You go on.
And as you all would run in, you would see this crew of people that we as players know, but also several unnamed, non-important NPCs who are standing around helping, and most of them, I think, at this point would be trying to dig something up or throw sand to the side as Asper's standing there going, well, something's gotta be here because the sea told me we needed to come here. Last night I said, we don't have the money to keep paying off the ocean police, and the ocean told me, come here and you can get the money to pay off your problem. So it's gotta be around here somewhere.
I love that you picked up on the fact that you cannot see the treasure from where you are. And some of the crew are getting frustrated by this. I will say that this is the moment that the three of you rush into, and Missy, you do absolutely hear this person saying that the sea does in fact also talk to him. But yes, so that's what happens. You three run in with what sounds would you be making as you rush into this? I can imagine Lemon Mercies.
I think Sunshine
Rah!
loudly. So Lemon Mercy does that, and Sunshine loudly proclaims like, "Oh no, I think it's pirates!" And the
Oh,
sound echoes down the cave through the tunnels.
pirates, pirates, pirates.
Misty, does
Pirates,
Misty
pirates, pirates.
does Misty say anything in this
And
moment?
Misty would be like, it's like, you guys are idiots. There's 2 inches to the left. Is where you. And I was like, and well, it also it's my treasure. The sea told me.
Well, one, how far is 2 inches? We talking like knots and stuff, or because I'm not good at math? But two, no, I didn't.
It's
I'm the only
because
one
you're.
around here.
Never mind. That's a bad joke.
Run for it, Mika. Run for it.
No, it's because
We
he's a
can.
male. He doesn't know how long an inch is.
Oh, anyway.
Oh,
Anyway, what do you mean the sea talks to you? I've been on the sea for so long, and no one ever has talked to the sea but me.
yeah. I was like, I talked to the sea, and they even gave me a trail, and like Misty was staying where it is, and it's right here. Like she moved to the 2 inches to the left.
I'll
and it's
say
like,
like
right here.
you are pointing down at ground below you.
Yeah. Yes. That is like.
Aster would command someone to move however far and start digging right there.
All right, I will say that someone, unnamed NPC, gets a shovel out and starts digging, and the ground starts to give out in that area. This is it's looser than it should be, and it seems like it's giving way to a tunnel system. Look, yes, the ground wouldn't be able to hold their weight at all if it's magic, okay? It was magic ground, and now it's coming apart, and we're doing this because it's a magic world. Yes, it's magic ground, and the ground comes in with shoveling, and not with footsteps.
So maybe the sea does talk to you, but it's not your treasure. You don't have your name on it. You weren't here first. We
I
were here
have
first, so
I
we
have a
win.
piece of paper
Yeah, and
that
I can't read
determines
that
that,
paper. I just know I was supposed to be here.
but I bet you
Paper
can
is
read
9
an
tenths of the
X.
law.
It's like, I bet you can read an X. She points aggressively at it. An X marks your spot.
I think that
X is 9 tenths of the
Sunshine
law.
Yeah,
Sunshine was sort of like
Like,
walking with her face down to the ground and like bumps into one of the other pirates, one of the unnamed random NPCs,
Sure.
who maybe thinks that this is the beginning of a fight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the beginning of a love story. To meet
And
So
cute.
she like bowls over into this other NPC who runs into another NPC, sort of like a bowling pin, like of looking like it, she started this attack. And then I think a scuffle breaks out.
Absolutely. This scuffle is
This-
happening. What's up? What's up, Vika? You want to
This
add
is
something
what
to that?
happens. This is what happens to 2 of the fairies. They think they have a meet cute. They don't die.
Incredible. All right, so now there is
Yeah.
so this scuffle is nothing too deadly. Like no blades are being drawn yet, or if they are, it's not any like damage meant to draw blood because this is in fact Captain Asper Rhymes' crew. But there's pushing,
Sure, but they're
there's
random
shoving, there's
NPCs
yeah,
that we've
yeah,
never
yeah,
met.
yeah. So there
This is
is
Yeah, I
Jasper and
stabbed someone in the
Asper.
chest.
no.
Yeah,
I meant that
Jasper and
more
Asper
to
have no
mean.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, I'm imagining like swords coming out and bouncing off of the frying pan and like stabbing the person next to them. Like
I like that.
I'm imagining
Lemon
like
Mercy.
comedy of errors. People like getting stabbed by each other all by accident
Yeah.
I like-
as just chaos.
Yes. We accidentally stabbed crew members.
Oh, we are drawing blood.
Oh.
All right,
Yeah, every time Lemon stabs someone and kills them, they turn into confetti, like a la Everything Ever All at Once. They just
Yeah, this was when Asper's crew was huge and like fully, full crew.
let's run with that. This is
Most of them aren't going to make it out of here.
this is
Yeah.
a battle, and what we see in this moment. So then, yeah. So you said most of them aren't going to make it out of there. So then, my question to my other 3 not yet crewmates of the Trident: are you guys like going in for the, finishing blows here?
So Sunshine was never going in for finishing blows. It was more that people were swinging at her and
Yes.
hurting each other.
All right.
So
All right.
she's
I got it.
not
I
killing
got it.
anybody.
This is it's a chaos. It's a chaotic moment. There is yes, there's these swords and frying pans flying. Maybe there's a spell or two. I imagine that Asper and Misty are still possibly arguing with each other. And then you hear this roar, this electric roar. And you realize that it's coming from to the side and a bit below you as the sound of battle, the smell of blood, and the threat to its treasure has awakened the guardian of this place. Because this treasure has been hoarded. And this hoard belongs to, as the wall in the floor crumble up.
Oh no, you froze.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
oh,
froze.
are we good?
That's
Can
the
you guys
power of
see
the
me?
sword.
Can you guys still see me?
Now we're
we
back.
can.
We're back?
There we
Okay, we're
go.
back.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
All right. The drawn to battle, wanting nothing more than to fight, and having not had a fight for too long, this electric blue dragon beholds you all, and with one powerful roar and blast, lightning breath comes out, and I think a good amount of the former crew of the bad attitude of the Trident is decimated in this burst. With the dragon
Well, I have
emerging,
some new
though,
openings.
with the dragon emerging in this moment, the dragon revealing itself has also revealed a bit of the treasure behind it and what a hoard it is. You can see gold, you can see weapons, you can see jewels. There is a good amount here. And Misty and Asper, you get that sweet, refreshing sensation of knowing you were right and knowing that the ocean wanted you here and you found it. But just because the ocean wants you here does not mean this dragon does. What is everyone doing in this moment of chaos? It's not only do we have the chaos from the crew fighting each other, but now this gigantic dragon is here as well. What are we reaching for? And it's
I think that Sunshine's frying pan is cut off at the hilt in sort of like classic cartoon fashion from the breath, as it just like swept in front of her and like knocked out all these people, and so she's scrambling looking for a weapon.
yeah, and I will say in that scramble, there is a sword that Sunshine can easily grab. Do you want to explain what this sword looks like? And I think Sean, yeah, if you're able to change the Soundcraft music, I can't do it from my current view. Just give us a pre-battle
I
vibe,
think-
something epic.
You expect we have so many more options than we do.
We have pre-battle.
Yeah, but I don't control what it sounds like.
Battle then? There
I
we go.
clicked on pre-battle. We're gonna
There
see
we
what comes
go.
out.
All right,
There we go.
because you can set like the genre and you can set the tone. Like there's a drop down for the genre and there's like 3 tone options. Okay.
It's just it then pulls from a random playlist that I
Yes.
have no access to, and they're very hit or miss.
All right. Keep hitting.
Anyway, turning
Keep hitting
you
until you
back
get
to Andy.
something upbeat and epic. Yeah. We got this. We got this, guys. All right, Andy, focus back on Sunshine picking up this sword. What does the sword look like and what happens in this moment?
I think that initially it looks like a pancake of rust with a hilt sticking out, and she picks it up and hears a voice in her mind that just says, "Make the deal and I'll get you out of here." And Sunshine says, "The deal? Okay." And immediately the rust falls off of the sword and a gleaming cutlass with I think that like its hilt is just like this beautiful sort of like carved like pearl that like comes around the hilt a bit, and she is immediately taken over by Wavy, who is pulling her by the sword towards the dragon, and so she is fully like feet off the ground being pulled by this sword.
you see all of you see Sunshine being pulled by the power of the sword towards this dragon. And does this inspire you to fight as well?
Yeah, this is definitely
Yeah,
inspired Missy. It'd
Yeah,
be like Sunshine, what are you doing?
I'll say, Misty and Asper, you felt the call of the ocean to this place. And just because the dragon doesn't want you to have this treasure doesn't mean that the ocean doesn't want you to have this treasure. And you know the ocean is supporting you in taking it. So if
I
either of
like this.
you have an idea for what you would like to do in this moment in harnessing your ocean powers against this electric blue dragon, let me know. We see,
Well,
yeah,
I
we
don't know who you are, but it seems like we're supposed to work together here. You wanna give it a little
We can,
salt?
yeah, well, like we can team up this one time.
and what does this team up look like?
I think this is
Uh,
when Misty discovers her dominating beast power
Tell me about it.
ability.
Yeah.
I
I really
think
thought you
that
were going to say dominatrix.
I
Tell
think
me
like
in
about
the
it,
feeling
friendly
Misty.
stream, Mika.
I think like feeling like the teamwork is together, the ocean brought them two together. Energy that she just feel like you said, a rush of relief. And then that's when her eyes just did that yellow haze as she stared straight at the dragon. And just to see that to charm it to make it pause. That it
Yeah.
won't attack us while everybody else attacks it.
So I'll say this dragon is rearing up for what looks like another one of its lightning breaths, just decimated so many of the former crew of the Trident. And Misty just gives it a look that stops this gigantic beast in its tracks. Sunshine flying towards it with the sword. Lemon Mercy, what are you doing? Now you have the dragon held in place.
Ah! Yeah, I'm barreling through, spinning and I'm just imagining Animal from the Muppets. Just
Yeah.
I'm just like causing, like running through treasures, spraying it everywhere, and like spraying it at the dragon as I run through. So it's like, stop it! And then
And
and then stab. That I draw from my deck. I find the deck of wonders on the ground. I draw from it. There's something that like it turns into a weapon and hits the dragon, and I'm
a
causing wild magic to surge, and I'm just all
a
over the place.
an absolutely cartoonish flurry of stabs and wild magic and wild card tricks. We have Misty using the power of the ocean to hold this creature at bay. We have Sunshine. Sunshine, you can let me know at what moment you make impact. I'm imagining it might be a final blow moment because I would like to bring Asper in here as well.
I think that it happens pretty fast. She's just sort of
Sure.
like a streak being led by this sword right into the gullet of this dragon who was paused by the dominate beast.
Incredible. We see the sword hit the dragon there. And what is Asper doing?
Well, Asper's used to fighting things that want to keep him from getting what he needs, and he's just gonna flick his wrist, and you all see on the backside, not knowing exactly what's happening there with Sunshine, but knowing that he probably shouldn't hurt this new person, especially because he needs a couple contracts signed because he's down a couple crewmates. You'll just see a like orb of what if it was a different kind of warlock, might be the void between space and time, but with Asper instead, it's the crushing pressure of the bottom of the ocean where you see nothing but the luminescent light happening, and just that feeling that there's so much pressure nothing will ever escape it, as just a hunger of Hadar comes up, and the seaweed and the creatures on the bottom reach up and just start grabbing, trying to pull this creature down to the depths where it belongs.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say this dragon melts into the darkness of the sea, the darkness of the depths of Wavy Jones, the darkness of the control of Misty, and the chaos of our puppet rogue. Um, there is no body left behind as it is consumed by all of this darkness and chaos. What is behind is quite a bit of treasure, quite a fewer amount of Trident crew, and the four of you.
Well, that was fun.
Victory.
Good job.
Yeah,
Victory! I slayed a dragon.
you sound
I
very
slayed a
different.
dragon.
Hell yeah, Lemon.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know none of you, but you, I suppose, assisted. I will allow you to take some of the treasure.
That's the friend that was yelling pirates in a timid voice like 2 minutes ago.
yeah, yeah.
What's
I'm
going on
Wavy
with that?
Jones.
No.
Nice to meet you. I've taken
Wavy.
over this puny body with the sheer force of will of my spirit. I've been dead for about a century.
Relatable.
Oh.
Well, this is
See,
a interesting.
This one knows what I'm talking about.
How do you want to sneak away on a pirate ship?
Well, as long as it's my pirate ship, I'm perfectly happy. And you see a hairline fracture in the sword starts to form, and the sort of like edge of Wavy Jones starts to shimmer. He's like, something's wrong. This is bad. And he disappears, and Sunshine is back. She's like,
Well, it won't be
you okay,
your
Sunshine?
ship, but you can have a position on it.
I think I just got taken over by the spirit of a pirate.
Yeah, Wavy Jones.
Relatable.
Again, that's a concerning thing we'll come back to, but let's focus on this one for now.
Mhm.
Well,
I think you're cursed. Can
I
you?
think I'm
Cursed.
cursed.
Can you
You're
leave
cursed.
Can you leave the sword here?
Yeah. And she
Okay.
sticks it in the ground and starts to like walk away. And what you all see happen is the sword slowly like disapparates and appears on her waist.
I love this.
I was like, Sunshine, the sword.
Oh no! She threw it away.
I don't.
Don't deny it.
I
Accept
think-
it.
I think you're cursed. Curse, Sunshine.
He said if I take a deal, he'd help.
Deal.
He didn't describe the conditions.
I made a deal long ago. It only worked out in my favor.
Mistakes.
Could I maybe stick with you and ask you for advice?
Of course. I do need you to officially commit to being on the crew, though, because I have a feeling the more time we spend figuring this out, the less time we have before it collapses in on us, and I need to get most of that onto the ship.
Show me where to sign. And she starts scooping up
Oh,
treasure.
it's a verbal agreement. You're good. Yeah.
Oh,
Verbal
that's
agreement
good.
for all. Yes, yes.
What?
Only if I have freedom to leave. So
Oh, yeah. I'm not holding anyone to a ship.
then yeah, I'm in.
What?
Perfect.
I'm
Grab your
actually a
treasure, let's go.
lawyer. Let me read between the lines. I'm not a lawyer.
Lemon
Actually,
Yeah,
versus
Lemon
lawyer.
Mercy is our lawyer, and if Lemon Mercy said it's good, then it's good.
It's
As-
good.
As
It's
you
good.
try to take a moment for Lemon Mercy to read through the terms and conditions of this, much like
It's not a
at-
published contract.
no, I feel like really it's just like something that like Captain Asper has like handwritten on a piece of paper that's just like I agree to be a member of the crew, and
Yeah,
that's
it's join ship, yes, no.
No,
I think
maybe.
if it
Yes, no,
I mean
maybe.
the alternative is if it's not a written agreement, it's just collecting whatever each of the different crew members thinks it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just writing it down, notarizing it.
Yeah, it's
I
whatever
imagine
their
at some point.
whatever their recollection of the original deal was.
Yes.
yeah, that's
I-
true.
I
It's a dream.
Lemon also goes over like Sunshine and Wavy Jones's contract too, and his response is just, "You're fucked. You're screwed." Sorry, I'm trying to.
It's fine. It's
You
fine.
messed up.
Oh,
All
no!
right.
It was the heat of the moment. There was a dragon. I thought I was gonna die.
All right.
Yeah.
So as this is happening and the panic of the oh no, what deal has Sunshine struck set in? Asper called it a moment ago. because this place is collapsing. It was not very secure when you could undo the floor with a shovel. So it is in fact caving in on itself. You know that you do not have very long to get yourselves out of here. Um, and whatever treasure you can carry with you.
Uh, Asper, seeing this coming down, is going to be, don't be concerned. We're just going to get some friends to help us and just summon up both his tentacle and a giant floating starfish that are just going to start like pulling things into themselves and start heading back to the ship, holding as much as these creatures can. They're our
Absolutely.
friends. They're from the sea. We have no reason to be concerned.
No concern here. I think that's cool.
Incredible. So with the sea creatures helping you take this treasure, you are all getting out.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes,
yes.
somehow.
So yeah, I guess
With
describe this scene we see, because it's like that shot in the movies where they run around away from the explosion. You guys are running away from the collapsing cave. What do we see on each of the characters' faces, or what magic or energy do we see around them as you leave this
Mania.
I like that. It is this the chaos magic that surrounds Lemon Mercy. We see the powers of the sea that accompany Asper and Misty, and we see maybe flashes of switching in between Sunshine and Wavy Jones. Perhaps.
In my head, I imagine Wavy Jones is somehow like like surfing on a wave, commanding an army of fish to carry the gold.
I think that what's happening is Sunshine has her eyes closed as she's running out of this collapsing cave, and she keeps trying to toss the sword back, and everybody else sees the spectral image of Wavy Jones appear around the sword, pick it up, and just like snipe it back onto her belt.
Incredible. And as the cave collapses, so does this dream. And you all awaken on your ship, formerly the Trident, now the Bad Attitude. And I believe, Misty, you feel something almost like out of place in your pocket. Like something just, like, the feeling when you realize your pocket's like turned inside out and you gotta tuck it back in?
Mm-hmm.
You feel that, and as you reach down, you feel that note that Crewbird had brought you just the day before that says, find yourself, but first find the timekeeper before time runs out. Asper, you wake up to hear a ticking sound, and you also source it to the clockwork amulet that you are still keeping in your own possession that was also found yesterday at the behest of Crewbird. It is still making the same steady tick that it made before, but it is still stopped in time. I imagine. Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't realize I had this on me. Well, how did that get in my pocket? And it's gonna toss it back at Lemon Mercy, being like, "You stole this once. Keep it on you this time."
The clockwork amulet.
Yeah. The
Oh,
last
I'm
time
tossing it
Esper
to
remembers,
Misty.
it's like the last time
All right,
I
so
remember seeing it is you using it on my hat. So he's like, "All right, you put it in my pocket. That's weird. Take it back."
Alright, so Asper tosses the amulet to Lemon Mercy. Lemon Mercy wakes up, tosses the amulet to Misty. Misty, now you have the amulet. Are you going to keep it?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that sucker.
Mm,
We love a
Ooh.
ready
prop
with props and
moment.
everything.
Yeah.
For
dude.
podcast listeners,
Wait for this.
Taylor is holding what really appears to be the clockwork amulet. Incredible.
Yep.
I wouldn't
So
trust Wavy with it, honestly.
No.
the
Very
four of you
Yeah.
I love
awaken.
sunshine, but wavy.
The four of you awaken, and I'll say that it is just the four of you in this hammock room. You get the sense that you might have slept a little bit longer than you usually do, but you can hear the sounds of the rest of the crew up top deck. They seem to have the preparations and work of the day well underway. So this is a moment of just the four of you below decks if there is anything you would like to discuss. After playing Hot Potato.
Yeah, I was like, Mr. Well, since now I have it, and I have the note, I think it's best that we try to figure it out. Because, like, we found the timekeeper. That was step 1. Now, step 2 is to find ourselves.
Well, Wavy thinks
all.
maybe there's somebody trapped in the amulet. What if we break it?
I don't know. I don't even know if I feel comfortable to break it.
She takes out the sword.
Like, whoa.
Do it.
So Wavy has not Wavy. Is this Wavy or Sunshine right now? Or do we not know?
No, it's Sunshine. It's
Right,
Sunshine.
so Sunshine has the sword out. But Misty, you still have the clockwork amulet in your hand.
Mm-hmm. It's just like I don't know. Like, could I roll like an Arcana to see if somebody's trapped in here?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a magic item. Roll an Arcana check on it. See what you get.
Yeah.
Do well. You've got a reroll too, right? You've got advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You do actually. Yes, I was gonna say. Our friend Leathertown Gaming, who was the cleric bard combo actually of Arcane Encore, the first show on the channel, did provide you with advantage
Bard.
last session, and Rara Storytime provided you with advantage this
Rara.
session. So you have two
Oh.
advantages to use however you see fit. Once they're spent, they are
Tyler,
spent.
why are you the favorite? Why
Also,
are you the favorite?
the kill
Cool.
hop redeemed
Like,
a hydrate.
I wouldn't want to give things to everyone.
Take a
I
sip if
used
you
one of my
like.
advantages. Because the first one was a 3, but now I rolled a 16, which equals to a nasty little 20.
Nasty little 20. All right, so you
Dirty,
have
filthy 20.
20.
so you have one free use of an advantage left, and audience members can get different point rewards. I put that in the commands if you're watching us live on Twitch. So with a 20 to the amulet, as shared before, it has the abilities of a clockwork amulet, and you also became aware, I believe, that doesn't seem to be all of its power. It seems to not be fully activated in its current state. I'll say with the 20 and with your tie to the sea, there is something deep below that this calls to and calls to this. You don't quite get the sense that the amulet is a prison in and of itself, but the feeling of being trapped, the feeling of suppression that can come with the weight of miles of water above you is connecting with you now as you have the thought of a prison and as you hold this item in your hand. You sense that there is some truth to that statement.
Like, so Missy things long and hard, like holding on to her chest for a moment, and then she sets it on the table and she's like, go for it, to Sunshine.
Sunshine swings.
Give me an attack roll.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Let's roll a dice. I don't think we've rolled a lot of. That might have been our first roll of the session. Actually, was that Arcana
I
check.
think it is.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I think that's roll 1.
I love playing games where that's
That's a
the
26.
mix. Incredible.
26.
Also,
I'm sorry, what's your modifier? Like 7,
A lot.
9?
A lot.
Okay.
I mean, okay,
All right,
so
we'll leave it there.
first of
I've
all,
got 20 charisma.
I'm gonna
Of
toss
course you
out there,
do.
Carrot might want to delete this from the podcast because it's not relevant to the podcast.
Mhm.
Mika and Sean, I see that you both used your channel points to redeem additional advantages for Taylor. I'm all about that. You totally can. Just for the
I
sillies,
think Taylor's
you don't have
Taylor's the
three.
only one who deserves the advantage. Yeah.
I will say that usually I have a rule that like if you're currently playing in the episode, you can't redeem points for yourself, but this is silly and fun and I like it, so go for it.
Not for
It's for
us.
the
It's not
bit.
for me. It's
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
Taylor.
No, that is I mean
For the
you-
bit.
I brought
Doing
the
it for the bit,
props.
and that's the most important.
Exactly. No. I am here for the bit. So yes, I am here for the bit. So Taylor, you have 3 advantages in your pocket.
This is
Next
so
episode, it'll be
cool.
Sunshine.
Alright, we're going to podcast back in to what happens as this roll is rolled. Sunshine, with that extremely high roll on your attack, you know that a hit like this would shatter any normal item, even most magic items. The fact that this comes unscathed and yet seems to be broken from something previously as the time is not keeping lets you know that what you have in your hand is definitely more powerful than a clockwork amulet has any right to be. And also, however it is damaged is from something that must be pretty powerful as well.
I think that Sunshine just says like, "Oh well, Wavy, you want to give it a try?" And the sort of spectral image of Wavy takes over, and he swings at the amulet again, but stops right above it, and he just says, "Hold on a minute," and he's gonna pick it up and like bite it, in the sense of like checking, to see if like a gold coin is gold. He bites it, and I just want to see if Wavy knows what this thing is.
All
That could
right.
be a history check or an arcana check or something. But he's like a pirate. I'm
Yeah.
a sort of treasure. I don't know.
Yeah. Roll for pirate.
Yeah,
I'm,
can I roll
I'm,
for pirate?
you roll for pirate. I'm gonna say that this pirate check is going to be a are you proficient in history?
+7.
I am not proficient in history, but I'm wearing a headband of intellect.
Yeah, I'm gonna say roll for pirate with history intelligence.
Sure. That was so close to a nat 20. Okay, it's just an 18.
Just an 18. I'll say that Wavy is familiar with the concept of powerful underwater prisons. And Wavy, with a history check, Wavy would know that the prisons that hold such powerful characters as perhaps a Davy can be accessed through the plane that you are on, but are not part of the plane that you are on. So the fact that Wavy is aware of the history of trapping pirates in a underwater accessible spot that is not of this time, and with the time on this timepiece being stopped here, Wavy would connect the two. That this item that you have is tied to a prison that is out of time with where you are now.
It's like the key to Davy Jones' locker.
Missy's like, come
Not-
again?
You heard me. Tastes
Yeah.
like the key to Davy Jones' locker.
Are
Not
you saying
Wavy.
your own name wrong?
No, and an eternal prison for my twin brother Davy.
You have a
Oh,
twin?
there's two of you?
What?
You've never heard of, you might be the first
No.
set of people I've ever encountered that haven't heard of my jerk of a brother, Davy Jones.
Freddie
Are you
Aim
sure
No
like
that's
idea.
not
comes
because the people
below.
you'd be hanging around with know your brother?
Freddie Aim
Mm.
comes below deck at this time, just like eating a little snack, trying to see where you guys are because he's hungry and this is like the, worst of like the ration snack and he wants access to the kitchen so that you can make something better. And he hears this moment and Freddie's like food falling out of his mouth, like, you're Davy Jones' twin brother? All this time, that's not his voice. You're Davy Jones' twin brother? All this time, we've had Davy Jones's twin on this boat? What?
That's what I'm
Who's
talking
Davy
about.
Jones?
You see that? You see that?
Davy Jones is only the
Lies.
coolest guy to ever exist. And
Mm.
Davy Jones is a jerk. He's famous for my work. He didn't do anything.
And
Are you
you've done
serious?
nothing since
Are
we've
you
known
serious?
you.
that makes him a lot cooler, though.
Oh, the shade.
Uh, For the
Shade.
record, Wavy is lying.
Freddie will say,
We don't know
that makes
that.
him a lot cooler. Getting the credit for all the work without doing it? Nah, that's my
Can
guy
I-
right
Can
there.
can I roll to forget what
Yeah.
Andy just said?
And
You do
Roll-
the
yeah.
high
Roll.
roll. roll.
Yeah, Mika,
can
roll
I
to
roll insight
forget.
on Wavy saying that?
You asked, yes.
Sure.
So, Captain asked for roll insight. Mika, just as Mika rolled forget,
Yeah.
you let me know what
uh,
your wisdom modifier is.
Misty
Oh,
just
that's
never
a
shut up.
16 to forget, so I think that's good enough.
That's
I got
a
13
7,
deception,
Does not
so-
beat deception.
I think Misty just naturally just doesn't believe.
Misty, you have a high passive insight. I'm gonna say, right? You have a. Do you have a? If anyone has a passive insight
15.
above, what's that?
I have 15
Yeah.
in
So
passive insight.
Misty,
I have
you know,
17.
Misty, you know this is a lie. Lemon Mercy, you get to choose what you believe.
Lemon Mercy knows it's a lie, but Mika doesn't believe it.
I'm here for that. How's Captain Asper doing with this information?
Well, he'll believe that he stole all the work, but that just means that you're even more useless in that sword because you've done nothing that your brother claims to have now. And you want to
You say that out loud? Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
That's surprisingly vicious. Damn.
What?
Red for filth.
Captain's
Excuse
got
me,
claws.
I'm you.
You are the only one on this ship, ruining the vibe that I try so hard to curate with, and now you're trying to come in and say that you have all the No, you have done nothing. You stabbed a dragon, hooray. But Sunshine is a much more valuable member of this crew, and they will be captain far before you will.
But
Oh my god.
I killed a dragon in a single blow, and I've slain a crew of 100 pirates and 30 different ships all at once with my hands tied. What do you mean I'm useless?
And have you done that since we found you?
How many pirates
That's what I thought.
have been?
Anyway,
Oh my
And we'll-
god.
It was like Misty's
The library is open?
sipping tea, watching it. It's like, ooh.
Freddie Aim will say,
Anyways, I think you've lost the thread. This is the key to Davy Jones' locker, or at least something like it.
Oh my god.
Freddie Aim at this moment, as trying to like just brush off some of the crumbs that he's noticing he's gotten on himself. Pause for hydrate. Thank you, Vinny. I think I still have your
The
shout
Red
out
Bull.
from Lorelock, so I'm gonna give you that again. Yeah. Alright, back into it. As you're having this discussion and it's coming to a bit of a pause, Freddie looks up like, oh yeah, and also Missy, I gotta stop doing that. Oh yeah, also Wisp has something above deck that she wanted to tell you about, so she wanted to talk to I was like, oh, do you want me to get the captain? And Wisp was like, get them all. And I was like, I don't think all of them are that important. I just like to get the captain. And Wisp was like, get them all. But like in that, just really like quiet, maybe just like one or two words way that Wisp does, where like she doesn't talk a lot. And with just Wisp being like weird Wisp, so I was like, okay, I'll get the captain, and I mean the captain probably want to bring the rest of them anyway because the captain's that team player guy. And then I came down here, but actually first I wanted to get the snack because I was hungry, so I went to the kitchen, I got the snack. You
I
guys can
feel
interact.
like Wisp is gonna be annoyed at the amount of time we're taking, and also just a reminder: everyone is equal on this ship. None of our friends are not important.
Okay,
But
except
you
you're
get your
saying
snack,
everyone's
and
equal
we'll
on the
head to the
ship.
seagull's nest.
Well, you're saying that everyone's equal on the ship, but also I heard what you just said to Wavy Jones, and don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, I loved it. I love that from you, Captain. That's a good vibe. That's a fun vibe right there. So I don't know if everyone's equal on the ship though, because you said that Sunshine was above Wavy Jones.
Anyway, go ahead and get your snack, and we'll make it up to the seagull's nest.
Yeah, okay. He's like, I have some stuff I want to talk to Hay about anyway. Hay's a good listener. Hay, Hay's not only listens, but just is talking to himself as he goes to find
Asper's gonna
Hay.
head out. Yeah, Asper's gonna head out.
Yeah, follows behind. Kitchen's open if you want food, and then follows.
There you go.
The
So
library
you
is
all
closed.
move to the deck of the ship.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You go to the deck. Rafi, the first mate, is at the wheel. And Wisp is up in the now seagull's nest. Do you go up into the seagull's nest to see her? Are you staying on the deck? Where are we going?
Who's in the nest?
Wisp. So Wisp is the
Okay.
navigator, more of a
Mhm.
quiet gnome. Yeah, your quiet gnomish navigator.
Can I catapult myself up there?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, because I love that. 'Cause that's fun. So
I'm casting catapult and I'm catting my. Why would I catapult myself up there? Doesn't matter. I did it.
you did it. I love
You're
it.
gonna
I'm
roll
up there
wild
now.
magic for it?
Oh yeah, let me.
Let's do
When
it.
do we decide for wild magic?
It's
I think it's even or
50%.
odd, right?
Yeah, 50% chance. However you want to do that. Let me know if you're rolling like an even or odd die, or if you're doing a.
Okay, D20. If I roll an 11 or below. 6 wild magic table, baby.
Let's get some wild
Let's
magic
see
up in
what-
here.
Woo!
It's the Muppet wild magic. Okay,
Puppet,
Legally
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 distinct.
distinct.
so 49. So that is. You can't speak for the next minute. Whatever you try, pink bubbles fly out of your mouth. So as soon as I get up there and try and say something, just bubble, 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 bubble,
Whisper,
obstructing their view. Yeah.
whisper. Wisp sees this and nods, like not phased by it at all. It really seems that very little phases Wisp. But Wisp nods to you, looks down and probably sees the rest of you gathered on the deck, and will just say, "We are approaching an abandoned ship." In that quiet voice that just somehow carries throughout, like the distance of a shout, but the volume of what you just heard. And I believe Wavy is still holding the amulet. Or not Wavy, Sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
You feel the amulet grow colder in your hand, like the cold of the ocean, as if you had just freshly plucked it from the water at the mere mention of this abandoned ship.
I think that Wavy would just bring it up to his lips and whisper about the ship at it and see if it responds.
What do you say in the whisper?
Abandoned ship.
You hear the ticks. You feel the cold. Definitely a shift in how it had felt in your hand before.
I think that so it doesn't have like a clock face, does it?
It does.
Hmm.
But it's stopped.
Can Misty,
You hear
can
the
Misty
ticking,
see-
but the hands are stopped.
Did Misty see like the whole whispering thing?
If you're all right with that, Sunshine, I'll say that the two of you are standing close enough.
I'm
where...
not doing anything
Yeah.
secretively, literally ever.
All right. So yes. So Misty, and Asper as well. You would also notice that interaction. Lemon, Mercy. I'll say that a minute of the bubbling will be up whenever you choose for it to be. And wherever you'd like to go, joining them or staying with Wisp is up to you. You can let me know.
Okay.
Misty is like, what are you doing, Wavy June?
I'm whispering to the clock thing. It seems to get colder in my hands when I tell it about the abandoned ship.
You feel the coldness.
Can I touch it again?
Sure, why not? And he throws it at you.
Okay. She'll touch it. Is it still code?
Just as you're still, the boat is still sailing towards this abandoned ship. So you feel it. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You feel it getting with your tie to the sea. You feel it getting ever so incrementally colder as you creep forwards.
It's like, yeah, it's like maybe, as Missy said, maybe it's a game of hot and cold if we get on this ship.
Would you rather be on that ship? We can move the crew to that ship if you need.
Well, we don't want to move the whole crew, but like, I think this is the find ourselves part, maybe, of the puzzle. Because now, this clock thing is getting cold, and now we're creeping up to an abandoned ship, and that seems kind of weird. And she like holds it out to the captain, like, touch it.
Yeah, and Asper will hold it. And I imagine if it's still cold, it would be especially strange to him as he is resistant to cold damage. So for him to feel cold, it must be very frosty.
Exactly that.
I think we should get the ship to hook onto the other ship to make sure that we don't disappear along or something like that, and then we'll just cross over and see this abandoned ship. Maybe there'd be some resources.
Asper will yell to Rafi and bring us around, please. It would we should have a crew meeting about boarding the ship, but before we do, I think it would be very good to be docked within distance, maybe with a plank across of the ship, quick enough that if they try to board us, we can, well, not be taken over by abandoned ghost pirates, but that we can go to the abandoned ghost pirates. We've never had a ghost on crew, but that doesn't mean we can't. But I don't know if they're going to be as easy to convince as everyone else, so get us close enough that we can cross, and then we'll talk about if we should, and then we'll talk about the concept of ghost crew, if everyone's okay with that.
Like, don't we basically have a ghost in the crew? Points at Wavy Jones.
I'm my own ghost crew. Let's get more of me.
That's a crew.
Maybe-
You
I'm
can take the
worried.
night shift, and I'll take the day shift. Problem solved.
Rafi will
I'll take
give.
the every shift.
And there, yep, that's okay. I tried. Sunshine, you are back to being my first mate.
I'm a ghost. I don't sleep. And then Sunshine takes over.
Um, Rafi, might have, who might also be your first. You can have two first mates. It's Captain Asper.
Yeah.
Rafi, who is one of the two first mates, um, gives the aye aye captain and starts to um, bring the boat in so that there can be a moment of crossing. Whether this is just crossing between ships or a crossing between worlds shall be seen on the next episode of Shipwrecks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight upon the Dekayem Sea. I'm upset that I didn't say that name earlier on Don't Kill My Character. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays. You can find me online with that name and this weekend at Anime NYC. So if you're going to be
Ooh.
there, please do say hello. And this channel is Don't Kill My Character. This is our current regularly scheduled show. Shipwrecks is a 6-part miniseries airing on Thursdays at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll get that tech solid eventually. So our next episode will be next Thursday, August 29th. We are then going to take a week break, and parts 4, 5, and 6 will take place throughout the remainder of September. Also, likely coming in late September is going to be a superhero show using the Mutants and Mastermind system called Superhero Shenanigans. We hope you will join us for that as well. I'm going to toss it over to Sean, who can tell you about himself, his own projects, and also where you can find Shipwrecks as a podcast. And I'll note too that it is available as a VOD on our Twitch channel, hosted for 2 weeks, and then is permanently available on our YouTube. But Sean, over to you.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Sean. You can find me as Help Action Needed all across the internet, but mostly on Instagram threads and here on Twitch. I am the producer and creator and everything except for players of the Help Action Needed podcast, where we will be hosting this when I get it edited. It's a lot of audio. It'll be up when it's up. Appreciate it. Thank you. Anyway, I'm hoping to have it up soon, and I have some time off in September, but don't ask. It'll be up when it's up. There you can also find our regularly scheduled D&D main show, which involves the stories of Nori, Cass, and Frog, set 60 years after a civil war, where a country is trying to find balance and see if they can really trust themselves to govern in a time of peace. You can also find several different one-shots, such as our Babies and Broadswords one-shot, or our Pride episode Warlock World, or just a bunch of other random things because I love having friends on the show. You can also find me in Devil's Dealers over on Starcrawl RPG, where I'm playing Citrell, he's honestly, he's not doing great right now, but you're gonna have to figure that out when we get there. What else am I a part of? Coming soon to an internet towards you will be Somebody's Heroes, which is a podcast that a couple members here will be appearing on. And I think the last thing I can remember to shout out right now is if you like a particular brand of chaos on September 11th over on twitch.tv/hampod, I will be running another Game of You Awakened in a Strange Place, an entirely improvised TTRPG where the world concept, everything is created on the spot by the players, and the GM is just there to be an agent of chaos. I think that's everything. I don't have my calendar in front of me.
That's cool. That's a lot. We love it. Gonna toss it to Taylor next.
Yeah, hey, I'm Taylor, aka Smoky Taylor. Uh, I'm also in a lot of projects and stuff. So looking at my calendar right now. If you like video games, you like horror games, you can catch me tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're playing Lethal Company with Bix creators, Killer House crew. We're gonna attack the Man Eater. It's a crying baby that turns into a monster where it chases you in Lethal Company. So if you want to see that, Come see it. And Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be playing on the Wanderers Haven Hunters the Reckoning as a special guest crew. So I'll be a hunter on there, and maybe something else. We'll see. Then Sunday, you can see the finale of Marvel Multiverse, where I play Spider-Bait. So that's exciting. And then also you can vote for me on the Rising Star Awards. Is in my Beacons link for It Takes a Village. Voting ends on August 31st. So yeah, I think that's everything. That's a lot.
We all got a lot going on, and I love that for us.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who also has a lot going on right now, Andy, what's up?
I'm Andy. I was playing Sunshine / Wavy Jones / one of the three fairies and Staven Fleep Flop or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And I am. I guess the biggest news is that Murders at Lorlock Manor is a 5e murder mystery campaign that is in the final 4 days of its Kickstarter lifespan. So if you want to help me go from whatever we're at, which I think is $6,300, past maybe the $10,000 mark. I mean, that would be incredible. That's what I'm hoping for. If you're interested in sort of intricate murder mysteries for 5e that give you everything that you need, make sure that the clues that your players need are always available, even if they roll a 0 or even a -1 on their investigation checks. You can't really break these mysteries. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do check it out.
Yeah, big shout out to Murders at Warlock Manor. Mika and I got to play test the game together, and I did run it on Don't Kill My Character earlier this week. The Twitch VOD is still available as of this live stream. I honestly can't remember if I got it up on our YouTube yet or not, but it will be there too. But you can still watch it on Twitch. It's very fun. All right. And last but certainly not least, Mika, I don't think I've thrown it to you yet.
Nope.
Share, Mika.
This guy's turn.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mika. I Do Things. I'm the co-creator of Crit Award nominated channel Roll D5, where we've run Murders at Lorlock Manor, or at least the first mystery had a fantastic time. Everyone loved it. And our most recent episode of Detox, I actually interviewed Andy and one of the players of that session, Keon. Keon, who was just a treasure. Anyway, my schedule is actually freeing up quite a bit for September, which is surprising. But you can catch me several places. Most commonly, Roll D5, ROLE D5. Like I said, I'm the co-creator. In September, you can catch me on there a few times. Excuse me. You can catch me on Talking XP, Johnny XP's channel, on Ravenloft Misfits on Mondays. And the campaign will end sometime in October, but I play Citron, a reborn cleric who speaks in a terrible southern accent. You can catch me often on Lost Caravan, because they keep casting me and stuff for whatever reason. And you can catch me on The Heart is a Dungeon, Season 2, which is on Spotify right now, where I play Lala Lemon, who is a Fey Crow who smokes. And I've said this a lot, like, oh, Lala, it just gets up to shenanigans. The most recently released episode, you will finally see the war crimes, the stupid shit that Lala does completely by accident that just... I'm so sorry. Really, truly by accident. Yes, the end.
Incredible. Thank you so much to my wonderful crew for joining me aboard this ship. Thank you so much to the viewers for sticking with us and joining the adventure as well. We are going to raid in to our friends Distal's place, who are currently chatting about Gen Con, which a bunch of us were at, and actually some of the events that I put together there. So I'll jump in there in a little bit probably. So much love to you all. Hope to see you again soon, because there are many more stories to tell. Goodbye.